United Airlines credit cards have high annual fees, but the credits and benefits on these 6 cards could make it worth it for you to hold one of them. And that's what we'll analyze in this video. And I need to find out which card is best because, number one, I have flown United Airlines the second most out of any airline that I've flown worldwide out of the 50 that I've been on. And I currently hold a United Airlines credit card. I got it last year, but since then, United has changed all of their cards, and now I need to reevaluate if this card is still worth it. So let's take a look at these cards to see which one works for me and which one will be good for you. So United has 4 personal cards and 2 business cards, and we'll start off with the no annual fee gateway card. It says debut offer right here because as I'm filming this video, the United Airlines cards just got refreshed last week. So this offer is referring to the 30,000 bonus miles you can earn after you spend $1,000 in purchases in the first 3 months the account is open. Now the previous bonus before this one was 20,000 United miles for the same amount of spend, but if you look at the new benefits on this card, well, there actually really isn't anything too special. This card is definitely not worth applying for in my opinion. There's way better United Airlines cards than this. This is going to be my least favorite. After I go through all 6 of these United cards, I will give my favorite card and my recommendations on if you want either a personal card or a business card. The United Explorer card is next with a debut offer of 80,000 United miles for spending $3,000 in the first 3 months, and that previous offer was 50,000 United miles. It makes sense for this welcome offer to be significantly higher than the Gateway card because there is a $150 annual fee. In the first year, the intro annual fee is actually going to be $0, so it's really nice for somebody that's looking to try out United cards for the first time, or they just want to get all the benefits on this card with no annual fee in the first year. And some of those benefits include 2 United Club one-time passes each card member anniversary, and you also get that in the first year. There's free checked bag on United flights, priority boarding, and you get a statement credit for either Global Entry, TSA PreCheck, or Nexus. And with each card I'm mentioning in this video, of course, I'll go over those benefits, like for the Explorer card, but there's also a ton of credits that I'm going to heavily emphasize in this video because they are brand new. They've never been on the United cards until now. So we have these annual partner credits, and there's a lot to go over here. So there's up to $100 in United hotels. This is going to be booking through United's unique hotel portal. You have to go book it through their platform, and then you might be eligible for statement credits. You will receive $50 back as a statement credit after your hotel stay. So it's not going to be $100 right up front. You're going to have to make 2 hotels bookings. You'll get $50 statement credit the first time, $50 statement credit the second time. Some people might value this credit at the full $100, but I certainly don't, and I'll get into all of my calculations on how much I think all of these are worth for my situation so that you can get a good gauge on how maybe you should value these credits. So we have that United Hotels credit. There's also a $60 rideshare credit, but this one's a little bit weird. It's going to be $5 back as a statement credit each month. And so yes, 5 times 12 equals 60, so $60 of potential value, but you're gonna have to use it every single month. And some of you might have questions on what counts as a rideshare purchase and how would I get credited for that. So I went on Chase's website and I found out that the rideshare category means merchants in this category include operators of taxi, limousine, and rideshare services. So I believe that this credit would cover Uber and Lyft. I think that would absolutely make sense. In fact, I already did make a rideshare purchase on my United Airlines card, and Uber definitely counts. And then like Waymo, if you have that in your area or something like that, I think that would qualify. And then moving on to the next credit, we have Avis. Well, that's what it says at the top, but it's up to $50 in United travel credits on Avis or budget purchases. And this one is broken down into $25 the first time you rent a car, $25 the second time you book a car. So if you make a $25 purchase at Avis or Budget, you will not get a $25 statement credit right back to your credit card. You'll get that travel bank cash, which you can use for United flights when you're making purchases through the United.com website. So definitely not perfect here, absolutely not. But I have used travel bank cash in the past, and it's not the best, but it's pretty easy to use it if you're flying on United Airlines. And then we have an up to $100 credit in JSX purchases. I almost kind of laughed right there because this one's a little bit silly. I don't think that a ton of people are going to be using this credit. I mean, if you go on the JSX website, there's just not a ton of routes that would appeal to most people. By looking at this map, you might think that there's a 0% chance that you would fly on JSX, but for me, I give it about a 5 to 10% chance that I'll ever fly on JSX, because a couple of these routes actually make sense for me. So it is something that I would definitely use my United credit card for if I ever fly on JSX, but this credit's probably not going to be too valuable for a lot of people. Next up, we have the Instacart Plus membership, and for the United Explorer card, it's a complimentary Instacart Plus membership for 3 months. And this one makes sense based on the next credit of up to $120 in Instacart credits, and this one is going to be broken down into $10 Instacart credits monthly. So yes, you might not get the full $10 worth of value because you probably have to pay some sort of service fees and you have to tip your driver, but this one could be valuable for the right person. So hopefully I made it easy to understand, and here's a chart of all the different credits. You have the hotel $100 credit, rideshare total of $60 credit, Avis and Budget up to $50, Instacart $120, and JSX $100. It's going to be different based on each person, but for me, I have these evaluations at 50% for the hotel credit, and then we have rideshare credit. I take rideshare a lot to and from the airport, and so I'd say that this is a 75% valuation I'm putting on this. Then Avis and Budget, this credit is just too small for me to potentially go with a cheaper car rental service if that makes sense for my travels. And then Instacart, I'm valuing this at 50% of its true $120 available credit. And then JSX, that's going to be a 0% valuation because I'm expecting that I'm not going to take a JSX flight. So my calculations are looking like $50 for United Hotels, $45 for rideshare, $0 for Avis and Budget, $60 for Instacart, and $0 for JSX. So you add up my valuations for that, $155 in value, more than the $150 annual fee. And you also have to look at the other benefits that you're getting from this card. With the rest of these United Airlines cards, they do have similar credits and benefits, and so we'll go a little bit faster through each card and let's see what else they have. There's the United Quest card with an offer for 90,000 bonus miles plus 500 premier qualifying points after you spend $4,000 in purchases in the first 3 months. And it's worth mentioning that the previous offer on this card had a 60,000 mile offer plus the 500 PQP for the same amount of spend. But what kind of benefits do you get out of the Quest card? Well, there's a lot, but I summarized it into my 4 favorite. The first one being a $200 in travel bank cash annually on account opening and every anniversary. So if you're making a booking with United at least one time a year, this is something that you could look at. There's also free first and second checked bag on United flights. The Explorer card just had 1 free checked bag. This one has 2. And then you get a 10,000 mile discount on eligible award flights every anniversary. And then those credits are going to be pretty similar to the Explorer card, but with different dollar amounts. The one thing that is a little bit different is this up to $150 in credits for renowned hotels and resorts. So for the Explorer card, this one was just going through the United Hotels portal and booking something there, but this one is a completely separate thing. It's renowned hotels. The card member benefits are pretty nice. A daily breakfast for 2, $100 property credit, room upgrade at check-in, early check-in, late checkout, and complimentary Wi-Fi. That's really nice. I'm assuming these hotels are going to be really expensive to book, but then you do get a $150 credit, and it's not split in two like the Explorer card. You just get the $150 right there. And then we have $100 in rideshare purchases. This is broken up into $8 back as a statement credit each month. And then in December, it's actually going to go up to $12. Then we have up to $80 in United travel credits on Avis or budget. And this one's going to be $40 for the first booking and $40 for the second booking. Then we have a JSX credit. This is going up from $100 on the Explorer to $150, but again, most people won't use that. And then for the Instacart credits, this one gets me. This is really weird. So we have the $10 monthly Instacart credits, which was found on the Explorer card, $10 monthly. But then with the Quest card, you also get an additional $5 monthly, but you can't combine that with the $10 monthly. So $180 of Instacart credits sounds better than $120, but most people, and definitely myself, would not use Instacart to get a $5 credit. So here are all the credits I listed out, and I still have my same calculations in there from the Explorer card. Instacart's a little bit interesting here because I did put a 50% valuation on Instacart credits in general, but because the credits are broken down so weird with this card, I did 50% for the first $10 monthly statement credit and then 0% for the second $5 monthly statement credit. And then for JSX, I again put 0%. And so we come out to a valuation of 75 plus 75 plus 60, and that is $210 in value going against a $350 annual fee. But remember, there are other benefits with this card, like the $200 travel bank cash, and you also get the 10,000 mile discount on eligible award flights. So I don't think this card is a total dud. I mean, you can still get value out of this card, but that's going to vary for every person. And now we have the United Club card with a really expensive $695 annual fee. The welcome bonus is, I would like it to be higher. It's 95,000 miles right now for spending 5,000 in the first 3 months, but that is up from the previous offer of 80,000 United miles. This card is going to be great for somebody that wants United Club membership. You also get first and second checked bags. We have a $200 Renowned Hotels and Resorts credit instead of $150 on the Quest. And then we have $150 in credits for rideshare purchases. This one is $12 back as a statement credit each month, and then $18 in the month of December. For the Avis and budget credit, it's up to $100, split up into $50 back on each booking on your first 2 bookings. JSX is up to $200 annually, and then with Instacart credits, it's up to $240, but it's not $20 each month. It's a $10 credit, and then in the same month, you can get another $10 credit. Now you can see the total amount of value you can get from these statement credits along with my calculations that have stayed consistent throughout this video. That comes out to $100 in hotel credits, $110 in rideshare. It was a little bit higher than that, but I rounded down just to make it easier math. And then $120 in Instacart credits, and then that comes out to a value of $330 against that really high annual fee. But of course, you are using this card for the United Club membership, and then everything on top of that is probably going to be a good benefit for you. We still have 2 cards to go over, and they are really interesting ones, but if you're finding a card throughout this video that you may want to apply for, I do have a referral link in the description below. If you use that link, it's a great way to help support my work so that I can make better videos. And so moving on, we have the United Business card. This is the card that I applied applied for over a year ago, and the annual fee hit on my account just a couple days before all of these United cards changed. So my annual fee was $99 when I paid for it, but right now the annual fee is $150. To accommodate for that higher annual fee, there is a higher welcome offer. 125,000 miles right now after spending $5,000 in the first 3 months. This is the highest welcome offer that we've seen so far today when looking at all the other cards, and it makes sense because the previous offer was 100,000 miles for that same minimum spend. So if you're looking for a card to just get a ton of United miles, this might be the one to get. It's pretty similar to the personal side, the United Explorer card. We have the 2 United Club one-time passes, free checked bag, priority boarding, and I wanted to throw in there, if you have a personal card and a business card with United, then you can get 5,000 bonus anniversary miles just for holding a personal and a business card. And even though this is a business card, it's going to have all very similar credits that we've already seen in this video, but one that is different is this Fairlock credit. I'm just going to put a $0 valuation on this because I don't know how valuable it's going to be. I've never used Fairlock with United. But basically, when you go into united.com and you go to the booking page for a flight, you can lock in that price for either 3 days, 7 days, or 14 days, and you pay United for that, but your price of your ticket won't change. I'm going to try to use it sometime this year to see what it looks like, but right now I'll just put $0 valuation. And then there's a United Hotels credit. It's $50 for your first hotel stay, $50 for your second. Then we have $100 in rideshare purchases. This one's going to be $8 back as a statement credit each month, and then $12 back in December. Then we have $50 in United travel credits for Avis or budget, $25 for the first, $25 for the second, JSX $100, and then Instacart credits, it's going to be at $10 monthly. So after putting all of that against my calculations, I came out to a value of $185. And of course you have the other benefits that aren't mentioned in the statement credit section. And then for the United Club business card, $695 annual fee, but the welcome offer is pretty nice, 125,000 United miles for $5,000 spent in the first 3 months. The benefits, of course, are going to be United Club membership, free first and second checked bag on United flights, and you're also going to be earning 1.5x miles on every $1 you spend. This is going to be different from all other United cards because they're just going to be earning 1 times miles on every other purchase. This one, 1.5 miles. Now for the credits, the Fairlock credit is going to be $50. I'll still put a $0 valuation on that because I don't know if I'll actually use it. And then we have $200 for renowned hotels and resorts, $150 for rideshare, $100 for Avis and budget, $200 for JSX, and $240 for Instacart. So coming out to a valuation of $330. So before I go in and say my favorite cards and my recommendations for the average person watching this video, I do want to give my take on all of these 6 cards. Of course, I'm going to start out with there's high annual fees. $150 for the most basic card, except for the no annual fee card, like that's really high. And then there's also $350 annual fees and $695 annual fees. You must really be using that card a lot to get a good value. And then there's also so many credits attached to these cards. There's a lot of potential value you could get from each card if you're using it the way that United and Chase want you to. And that brings me to my third point, that it's definitely worth it to have one of these cards, but that's if you're willing to play the game. You're not going to get good value out of these cards if you don't take advantage of some of these credits. So it's an interesting dynamic with these United Airlines cards now, and my personal favorites on the personal side would be either the Explorer card or the Quest card. For the business side, I would stick with the United Business card, and if we're just talking about the best card out of these 6, I would say the United Business card. The annual fee is the lowest for the highest amount of credit value that I could get out of the card, and the welcome bonus is pretty huge. So just something to keep in mind if you're eligible to apply for business cards. And I said it earlier in the video, but I do have those referral links in the description below. It really helps support my work if you decide to use those links. Thanks for watching this one. I'll see you in the next one.